Hello everybody, my name's Stephanie. I've been making YouTube videos for, a little over a year now, here and there. I haven't been able to make them every day, but these videos are called Autism Disabilities Caretakers Need to Speak. I'm really one for speaking. Like any of you out there, even if you don't have a disabled child or a disabled family member, you may feel that people don't listen to you and you can't speak. Maybe every time you try to bring something up that's maybe negative in their mind, they don't want to hear you or talk about it because they just want to be, so-called positive, which I feel we need to speak because each day of ours, whoever you are out there, disabled or not, but it's important to speak because if you hold this all inside, it could really be, oops, it's dark. If you hold it all inside, it really could be, bad for your health, and I've done that. I've done that for many years, for not just, if you see my videos before, we have an autistic son that's 20. But a lot of times in my life, I've seen that, people don't allow other people to speak. They either, shut them off or delete them right away off of social media or what. And you never get to the conclusion or the truth. And it just sits there and festers. And then more things build on top of things and everything. And then you're in just a big mess. And, I realize there's a lot of hurt feelings and everything. And I do see why. But I don't understand why it can't be kind of like reopened and, looked at, why people just want to leave it that way. So in the other videos I was saying that we have an autistic son that's 20, and I said it in this one already too, and also my boyfriend, which I consider us married, we've been together 24 years, he is also disabled, and he struggled with not being diagnosed for many years, and then he struggled with, finally, when he was diagnosed with MS and hereditary spastic paraparesis, that it took him 4.5 years to get approved, to get any kind of disability money or anything. And then the back pay wasn't even. They've changed all the rules now, so it's not like we made out because you lost more in the waiting than you even gained. And then all the interest and stuff with your bills. I mean, it just goes on and on. But my main reason for making these videos is for the people out there who want to speak and feel like they're not being heard in any situation, really. Our case is more like autism and a couple of things that was in my family, back then. Now, in my 2 videos before this, I was going through and saying how, the family don't understand. I feel they don't. The reason why I come to that conclusion is because things are popping up now that are being said, like so-and-so's been mad at you for 5 years and I can't tell them that, or about the disability that you just have. They can't tell him because he's mad at you. All of a sudden, an article was sent out. Like I said in my other one, it was just on Facebook, and I wasn't included in it. And a big, mean message came back saying that you have kept your son from us all these years. And she spoke for everybody because she used the word we and us. I told my boyfriend that he should go back and he should have asked that question, is like, who's the we and us and who are you speaking for? And then also go ask the other people, because see, this is where stuff gets out of hand. If you don't keep up with it, you don't ask the questions as they come, maybe fear's stopping you, maybe the people won't listen, whatever, but you should confront the situation. I'm like one for that, because for so many years I didn't confront anything. I was not shy, but afraid, fearful of what people might say or do, or maybe even end the relationship. But I think what we should do is just confront that, because that'll be the sooner you'll find out the truth of, are they really going to listen or not? Is the relationship going to end or the family end? And it's really sad when the stuff happens in the family like this and the family stuff ends and nobody will talk to each other or everything. But then you got the whole other side of the family against you, like you're all by yourself. So if that isn't enough of a, I guess what it feels like is like a punishment, like I said in the other videos, we weren't able to come to every holiday and Christmas and everything. And there's times we missed because of the autism. And anybody who has an autistic kid or takes care of one would know that it's hard and you can't always do those things. You weren't even able to do the simple things in your family, like go to the grocery store, go out to eat to a restaurant, sit together and watch TV, watch a movie. You weren't even be able to, have a relationship with your spouse or your boyfriend because of the autism. And what I really wish to do here is speak and to explain my point of view because not many people want to listen. So what's very interesting to me is that I just don't understand, like I told you in the videos before, not to be so forward here or whatever, but like I'm one of those people who care and I like to hear people's problems and stories. I got a lot myself and maybe that made me more understanding, but I like to hear that and help people because that's the same that I would want for me. And I'm not talking like help me financially. I'm just talking to like someone to support you or to know that you can call on a bad day or something. It's like, that's what I mean, the simple things. Our son's 20 years old. He's autistic. He also has ADHD, sleep disorder, tons of health issues, repeated ear infections, stomach problems. Those are better now. But, throughout the years, if you go back to when he was little, there were so many group B strep throat, ear infections. Constant. He was just constantly sick. So when you have a family or people around you that don't want to listen, or you've told them it before and they just disregarded it, it just seems like they don't listen, or, the family thinks that that's all you do is maybe talk negative, which you've always tried to keep quiet. Nobody's ever asked you either. But with all the responsibilities that you have of taking care of the disabled, it's a real toll on your health, your relationship with your husband, boyfriend, with your kids. If you have other kids, we don't. But it's a big, huge responsibility. And then what I've found is I need to speak because nobody will listen to me. They won't let me explain why we haven't been able to come around all the time. And I think that we did come around a lot in the beginning. Then it fizzled off. Our son goes through stages. When we did come around a lot at first, but then when the kids came around, when there started being babies in the family, we had to be careful so we couldn't stay as long and we would leave after an hour. We did get it worked up to about 2 hours and 45 minutes, which to us, we were like really thankful for that. We were really proud of ourselves doing little by little and having lots of talks before you go, or we had to use kind of like bribery, like you'll get something when you come home. It's like, and you don't like to bribe your kids, but I guess when they're disabled and autistic, they do need some kind of reward or something, something to look forward to. So, like I was saying in a lot of the other videos before this was, you're just not always able to be there for other people. And throughout the years, now it's been 20 years, you're seeing it come out and people are saying things. You've kept your kid from us. You only come around once a year. The kids don't even know each other. I think I made a mistake in one of my other videos. It said, I don't know why they care. It should have been they don't care. And then there was a mistake in one of the videos where I said that she had said, the family member, that how does she explain to her kids? And I don't think she actually put it that way, but it was something in that sort of sense. And my response would be, which we can't talk, we're deleted now and shut off from. It's happening to everybody in the family. That's what they're doing. They're just shutting us out. We can't speak. We can't say what we feel. We can't defend ourselves. We're not given the opportunity to do so. And that's why I make these videos, is because I'm not going to hold this frustration inside any longer. Maybe one day they'll listen. Maybe one day they'll even see the video. And when I make these videos, I'm not doing it to put people down or anything. My main reason is for families with disabilities, autism, caretakers who take care of people, to speak. try not to be afraid. I've lived, I'm going to be 45 this month. I've lived, I'd say, for sure 40 years of my life. Well, take away the first 3, I can't remember much. But in fear. I can't do it anymore. I mean, my health is just, and then when you see an autistic kid go into a rage and you're in stores where you can't be there because they're having a meltdown so bad. So you were forced to go through these things and kind of like be embarrassed because the other people see you, or the kid hitting you, or yelling or swearing at a customer, or telling the cashier that he hates her. Like I said in one of my other videos, he didn't speak till he was 6. I should have added in there. He had about 7 words: green, dog, go, car, in. But then when he got I believe it was his MMR shot, at like right before 1 year old, he quit speaking and he never talked again until he was 6. And autism is just very difficult. I had to sit with him for, I would sit there like 12 hours on a computer to keep him busy, and I couldn't even get up to go to the bathroom or get a coffee. If I did, it was a rage. There could be pounding and breaking the mouse to the computer. The keyboard would be missing keys. Say, for instance, if I went into the other room, like one day, just threw the clothes in the washer as quick as it could be and dumped a cup of laundry soap, and next thing you know, the kid went number 2 all over the living room carpet. And it wasn't just because he was into smearing. I'm talking 35 seconds and all that damage could be done. It was unreal. And then, speaking about the times that he would take off, I know I'm getting off subject, but the times he would take off the house or try to get out the windows or run down the street, he was so quick that you didn't even know where he went. And I mean, all the feelings you had inside, like, oh my God, I'm a bad parent, I wasn't watching. It wasn't it. Their minds got set to a certain thing, and that was it. So back to the thing with not being able to help the family much or be around the family much, which I thought we did pretty well. One thing we don't do is call people. Also the holidays come so quick that, when it's Christmas, you're still on Halloween. It seems you forgot to buy Christmas cards. Let alone pay your bills, which reminds me, I didn't pay the water bill. We were on payment plans for every single thing. We've blew payment plans and they wouldn't let us back. We have loans out, that quick loans. I don't have a job. My boyfriend's disabled. We should be married 24 years. I mentioned that. Our son's disabled. This family comes first. And it might sound selfish, but we're not being that way. It's like we do this first and then anything else that we can. And when the comments come out after this political issue, because we wanted Trump, and I'm sorry, it's no harm meant to anybody who wants anything else. I'm not saying Trump's perfect at all. We just want change in the world, but it's a different topic. But when the political stuff came out, there goes the family. Even worse. And then it's like, from them not speaking all that time of what they wanted to say, and hints are coming out that they were hiding stuff and not saying stuff. And with all the time going by of 20 years that you weren't able to say, it really causes damage. Now, I've looked on YouTube and I've tried to find like videos of like extended family, how they feel about an autistic kid in the family, everything. I don't find anything. The families I do know that have autism, they're either a lot of single women with autistic kids or families that have good enough jobs to be able to not have to be on Social Security or anything. So I've seen either like real low, poor, or like, way enough, plus lots of family to help take care of the kids too. We don't have that. Now, we were told, if we would come around more, they would help us more, but we were coming around. We still do come around. Just, I guess it's not as much as they want us to. I worked nights all those times. I would, work from 2 o'clock in the morning till 8, 9 in the morning. I'd come home, sleep during the day. By the time then I come home and sleep, you're right into the kid getting home from school. He needs constant attention. He's bored. He's this, he's that. He has special things you have to help him with. Just until this year, he couldn't even really, well, I shouldn't say couldn't really, but he needs to be helped with bathing. The water, he don't do the water right. It's either too hot or too cold. He don't, with the bathroom deal, he don't wipe good enough. And some of this stuff is embarrassing, but then it's spots on his clothes and everything. And when you're poor and low income, you don't have enough money to have like a pair of pants for every day of the week. You have 2 pairs, and that's it. And he is growing so fast. His medicines made him gain, his Geodon antipsychotic made him gain 30 pounds in 1 month, 30 pounds the next month. When it went to the 3rd month, I think he gained 15. So he's actually put on like 75 pounds. This was back 3-4 years ago from the medicines. Now, in my other video, I mentioned that his prescriptions are $1,100 a month, and they are. We are lucky enough to have the Medicaid coverage, but although they did drop us off Medicaid, and they also dropped off Social Security for almost a whole year during the age of 18. So if any of you have any questions about that, start asking Social Security questions at 17 years old. But what happened was, that's how, when I really realized, except they put the price on the bag, you saved this much. And his antipsychotic was $800. And the rest of them were $300. But when we lost that medical insurance, we were having to pay out of pocket for that. And like I said, my newspaper route only made $1,000 a month. It was terrible. But then when I switched the other job within the same newspaper, I made more money and worked less days a week, so then it was getting better. But at that job, they cut the hours so bad, took one of my routes away. They were having big, humongous cuts within the company. They don't even expect, which was last year, to even be there another 5 years. There's so many issues. So the thing is you have to take care of family, and you need to speak this to your other family, because it seems like they don't understand. And they're putting all these accusations out, and then what you'll do is, if you try to explain yourself, they just cut you off, and they don't even want to hear it. It's like, excuse me, I think you're just giving excuses all the time. Now, I've had it even with my family that I'm lazy, because I even had my family come and live with me, and they say I'm lazy. Smart-ass comments like, your son is playing you both. He's smarter than you. Oh, God. I mean, I don't know why their minds aren't opened. I don't know why people don't want to hear the truth, or even when they see the truth, to believe it for what it is. They just see what their mind wants to see, and that's it. And then they just shut it off and don't want to hear anything else. I don't get it. I really don't get it. And that's why I'm making these videos, like I said, and I should end it. We're at 19 minutes. I encourage you to speak and come on. Don't hold all the frustration inside. People need to know more about disabilities and stuff, and people need to know that you hurt just like them, meaning that it hurts you that you can't help them and do them and be there for them at every party and celebrate. I wish, though, that they would also know that when you come around, when that's all they're doing is talking about what they've done with their money and how great they're doing and everything else, that also could hurt the disabled, low-income people themselves. So I hope to do another video after this one to continue the series of Autism Disabilities Caretakers Need to Speak, because even in normal relationships, they don't allow you to speak and say what you want, and you just can't hold all that inside. So I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and click the bell. And then, when my next video goes up, you'll be notified. And if I find, or if you find that, this is interesting, or if there's anything I can do to help you, please write in the comments and ask me. I love to help others, and because I've struggled and it's been very hard, and I want you to know that my heart is with you. So God bless you. Have a nice day. Thank you for watching.